Hello guys, have you seen this trendy fascinator? As you can see, it looks so stylish and fascinating. You know what guys, it can go with any kind of outfit, either English wears or your native wears, and it is really simple to make. This is another DIY you should try. So follow me as I show you how I made this fascinating fascinator. So if you are new to this channel, you are most welcome, and if you are returning, you are highly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do, and don't also forget to like, comment and share my videos. Compliments of the season to you all. The materials needed are my scissors, hot glue, measuring tape, my black lining, flour, fishing line, boning, pins, my black thread, fabric glue, disposable plate, Alice band, flowers, chalk, my main fabric and my trimmings. I'll be making use of my UHU glue, but you can also use hot glue. The first thing I did was to glue two disposable plates together so that it becomes thicker. You could even glue three disposable plates depending on what you want. So when I was done achieving that, I grabbed my black lining and I'll be placing this plate on it, be marking it out. I won't be adding any extra inches. So I'll just mark it out with my chalk, after which I'll cut it out. So after cutting it out, I will just set it aside. This is how it should look after cutting it out. You can further trim it a little, like taking about half an inch away. The next thing I went ahead to do was to place the disposable plate on my main fabric. I made use of this stretchy fabric. I really don't know the name it's called, so I just cut it out as you see me do. Okay, it's a stretchy fabric. You don't really have to add extra inches to the fabric. So I proceeded to applying my glue on my disposable plates. Take note of the position or the part I applied the glue, and then flipped it to the other side. So it's time to like wrap up the plate, but it won't stay. So I supported it with my pegs. So this is how I'm going to do it around the edge of the plate. If you have any other way to secure your fabric on the plate, then you can go ahead to do that. But this was the easiest thing I could think of. So the pegs really did a good job. When I was done, I then set it aside to get dried. I grabbed my lining. I marked about 2.5 inches. The length is totally dependent on you, because what I want to do now is to cut out a piece that I will convert into a bias, and I will use that to wrap my boning. Although you can get already made bias in the market, but I decided to create mine. Like I said before, the width is about 2.5 inches, so I folded in about half an inch on both ends. I ironed it flat, as you can see. Then after doing that, I again folded it into two. I did about 2 strips, but along the line I added one because the 2 strips were not enough. This is my boning and it's about 1 yard, that is 36 inches long. But you can actually make use of 2 yards, that is 72 inches. The more the boning, the more the loops. So if you want up to like 4 or 5 loops, I would suggest you use about 2 yards of boning, but this is 1 yard, so it only gave me like 3 loops. So here is me just wrapping the boning with my bias that I created. Okay, so you could make this more creative by using different kinds of bias. There are some materials that are shining. You can make use of that. I think I have that video on this channel. I'll be linking that video to this video on how I was able to create some loops with some kind of shining materials. I can't really remember the name now. So when I was done wrapping the boning, I just grabbed my thread. So this is what I'll be using to secure the ends of this boning. It's better you fold the thread into 3 or 4 for better results. So did you just see what I did, guys? I just like created loops with the boning. Okay, so here is me just securing the ends of the boning. You can do it multiple times. The more you do it, the more secured it will be. Yeah. After securing it multiple times, I just knotted it up to like 2 or 3 times. Then I trimmed the excess thread. Coming to what we did earlier, as you can see, it's now dried. I left it for about 3 to 4 minutes and now it's dried. So this is how it looks. I'll be looking for a very nice part of this disposable plate. Should I call it disposable plate again, or a wrapped disposable plate, where I'll be attaching the loops onto? So again, I grabbed my needle and thread. Please, you can also make use of your fishing line to do this part. In fact, fishing line will be better because it's kind of transparent. I didn't think of that. I just grabbed my thread, but whichever one is still okay. So you can just double your thread or triple it and secure it, okay? Because we want it to be standing. You know how it looks? It has to stand for the beauty to come out. So I kept on securing it, you know. I did it multiple times till I was okay. And again, this part of this DIY also needs so much creativity. It mustn't follow a particular pattern. You can design it whichever way you want it. So if you have all these flowers, already made flowers, or you want to create your flowers, this is how you will fix it. Either you glue it or you stitch or tack it, whichever way. Make sure you make it very beautiful. But some people like simple things. Just like me, I don't like something too elaborate or too dramatic. So I just decided to make mine this simple. You could also decide to change the color of your flower. In fact, you can do anything. It's a DIY. You can just create any nice stuff. Okay. So I attached this flower. I secured it multiple times so that it stays very well. When I was okay with the tacking, I decided to like knot the thread. Okay. This is me knotting the thread. I cut out a piece of this stretchy fabric and I'll be using it to cover those tackings I made so that it appears very neat, okay? If you have maybe flowers, you can use it to cover the tackings, but I think later on I covered it with some black flowers. It's now time to cover the inner part of the fascinator. So you remember the cutout we did earlier? I just grabbed it and I'll be using it to cover this exposed part. If it appears to be wider than this disposable plate, you can just trim it a little. But while doing this, you need to use your fingers to spread the lining so it doesn't look rumpled. We are almost done. It's now time to attach my Alice band. Very, very important. Again, you need to look for a nice position to put it. I have just used my hot glue to attach the Alice band to the fascinator, but that would not be enough. So this is me just cutting out a piece of this wording. I will be applying a lot of hot glue, which I will use to secure the Alice band even better. So with this, it's gonna stay very well. You can see very, very easy, very stylish. If you want it very bogus, you can, increase your boning length. For a more neater job, it's good to cover the raw edges of the lining. So I had to use my trimmings to do that. Although it didn't really go round, but I was able to use it to secure a greater portion of the fascinator. So when you cover it this way, it looks neat both in and out. And again, it adds extra beauty. So when you cover your raw edges that way, then your fascinator will look very perfect. I hope you have learned something today, and if you have watched this video to this point and you haven't given it a like yet, please do. Also subscribe if you are yet to. So this is the outcome. It looks very beautiful. You too can try it and let me know your experience in the comment section. Honestly, it is giving. I also love the fact that it is black. It can go with many outfits and it has a silver touch, meaning it's not totally black. So even if I have silver accessories, I can use it alongside with this fascinator. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.